ladies and gentlemen. Hey, this is Berdel Warrior with the Think and Grow Rich community, and I just want to take a moment to briefly go over Chapter 12, the subconscious mind, with the Think and Grow Rich community. We working out of the Think and Grow Rich book by Napoleon Hill, and Napoleon Hill talks about, the subconscious mind consists of field of consciousness. He talks about the impulses and the thoughts that reach the object of the mind through our five senses. Okay, so it's like a receiving center. Okay, it files and then it sends information. Okay, it's a natural process. So what we can do, we can either voluntarily plant into our subconscious minds, a plan. Okay, you have a thought, then you have a purpose, and you wanted your desire is to translate that thought into a physical, whether it might be money you might be looking for, or whatever it is that you're looking for. Make sure that you put the emotions and the feelings along with that. Also remember too that your subconscious mind work day and night. So you cannot, entirely control the subconscious mind, but you can voluntarily hand over to it your plan, your desire, your purpose, with which you wish to transfer it into something concrete, a concrete feeling. Okay. So then he also makes sure that he says, make sure that that whatever desire you have, make sure that it's clear, and you write it down. Sometimes most people think about when you're talking about your plan, come on the computer and then type it. No, actually take a notebook or a notepad and write it down. And then by doing that, you make sure that you're consistent in carrying out your plan. So then another question somebody might say, so what is a habit? What type of habit do I want to form? So only through your habits can you direct your subconscious mind under the direction of faith. So if you do not have faith, just be patient with yourself and be persistent about it. Okay, because it's going to happen for you. And then we also talked about, within our community, everything which man creates, everything that we want to create begins in the form of a thought impulse. As we talk about if we look in our Bibles in Proverbs 23:7, it states there, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay, and then I looked at James Allen, the As a Man Thinketh in his heart is a book that he has out there, and he states that as he thinks, so is he, and as he continue to think, so he remains. Okay, so just think about that. So through through the aid of your imagination. Okay, it takes those thoughts, and your thought, you need to voluntarily plant it into your subconscious mind, and then your subconscious mind, say through the imagination, it makes imagination with faith, with your plan, and then things comes to be. So just think, another way you can think about your emotions or your feeling impulses, like yeast in the bread. I know sometimes I like to bake, and then put the yeast in there. It rises, and then when it rises, and then you knead it again, and then it rises another time, and then you stick it in the oven. So it's the same thing with our emotions and our feelings. So then you take the emotion with the impulses, and then it transforms into passive, and it comes into an active state. So then this is how your subconscious mind can understand. Your subconscious mind understand the language of emotions and feeling. So also it talks about, it's like a treasure vault. You have a treasure vault or you have a junk vault. You decide which vault you want to use, you know. And then we also talks about the seven major emotions, okay? So those are fear, your jealousy, your hatred, your vengeance, greed, superstition, and anger. So those are the seven. So you want to keep out of these. So these are ones that you want to avoid at all costs. And here also we have the seven major um, positive emotions, and that's desire, faith, love, sex, enthusiasm, romance, and hope. So there are other positive emotions, but these are the seven most powerful and the ones that that we commonly use in our creative efforts. So he'll also state that, to help our mind to develop a subconscious mind. Okay, so we want to develop a money conscious mind. And how can we do that? The only way we can do that, we have to keep our mind in with the positive emotions. Okay, so you want to keep your minds within the positive emotions. So then you might say, okay, so we have two choices. Okay, you could have the positive emotions that I just shared with you, or you could have the negative emotions. Okay, but bear in mind, both of them cannot exist in your mind at the same time. You either have to be within the positive emotions or the negative. It cannot be happening at the same time. So then how can change your negative emotions? It's like, it's a habit. Just like every time everything we do every day is we form a habit. So if you want to apply the positive emotion, you just apply it by doing it consistently every day. And then by doing it every day, the positive emotion will dominate. It will be dominating, you will be dominating over your negative emotions. And then he'll also talk about, most people, pray, you know, and then do only, after everything else has failed, then they decide to pray. Okay, but here's the thing: but when they go to pray, because this is their last resort, their mind at this point is filled with fear and doubt, and which are the emotion, the subconscious mind act upon and pass into the God like part of you, right? So if you put the negative, hello, you cannot be praying and then have the fear and doubt. Okay, so if you're praying for a thing but you have a fear, within your prayer, your prayer, the infinite intelligent will not answer your prayer. Your prayer will be in vain. So in closing, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you remind you that faith is the only known agent which will give your thought a spiritual nature. Okay, so it's your choice. So what choice you want to have? You either have faith or you have fear. You cannot have both, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to leave you with this. So dwell on the positive emotions. Okay, so go back and look at the positive emotion. You want to keep this in mind. You want to have your desires. You want to have faith. You want to have love. Want to have sex. You want to have enthusiasm. You want to have romance and hope. Okay, so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, if this has been a benefit to you, please be sure to share this with your friends and on Facebook or the social sites out there, and leave me a comment below my YouTube video. And so, ladies and gentlemen, have an amazing day. And this is Berdel Warrior with Think and Grow Rich Community. Have an amazing day. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.